Hello, my fellow skateboarders, longboarders, and freelance skaters. This is Srinivasan, a fine art photographer who loves to skate. And we are going to make a video today amidst all this chaos and lockdown and stuff. Today is day 15, and probably you'll be seeing this video on day 17 when it releases. So, what's the idea? What is the agenda of today's video? Is like we are going to clean the Freeline skates. Clean in the sense like not the general purpose maintenance stuff which we saw before. This is going to be like proper cleaning. Like it has 5 stages wherein you dismantle these skates, then you dust it off, then you clean it with soap water, then you dry them, and then you oil the bearings and stuff, all the necessary parts, and then you kind of assemble everything. So that's what we are going to do today. And forgive me if you're going to see some t-shirts and other clothings over there. I got showered a couple of times accidentally. Hope this also happens to you also. And it happens to me all the time. Like I was trying to take some water. I'll show you why. And I accidentally turned the knob towards shower, and a couple of t-shirts got wet. So it happens to me all the time, like every day. So let's go into the video. Okay, peace. So guys, this is what I've got today. Let me show you a clear complete picture of this. This is my salt printing table. I've got all the chemicals over there and the trays, necessary gloves, glasses and everything for salt printing. But I'm using this table right now for cleaning my freelance skates. Okay, I actually wanted to show you guys the LED wheels, to clean them, completely over oil my the LED wheel skates, but unfortunately this got cracked down when I was practicing throwback skates, so I won't be able to show you this one. This is a little bit different because like the wheels that I got have some magnetic moving parts inside, so the cleaning procedure is a little bit different for this one. But amidst everything, we are going to see the cleaning procedure for the black wheels, which doesn't have any light or anything, okay. First thing, here on this orange box I've got some soap water. I've got some clean fresh water from the silver bowl on this stainless steel bowl, and I've got a toothbrush to clean the intricate parts. I've got the freelance skates left and right, and you could see like it's not moving at all right now. And I've got some cleaning cloth and couple of Allen keys. By the way, this one is of made with brackets onto the left and onto the right. So I might have showed you this on the unboxing video as well, and this doesn't have a bridge plate, so that you may not be able to grind with this freelance skate. But anyways, this is chosen for its rigid structure, like this arch that you see, the curve and the arch over here, it kind of takes a lot of load. Since I was a big size rider and this was my very first skates I was owning, so I felt like I was kind of scared like if it would bear my weight and everything, but actually it did. And this brackets or the side plates, whatever you want to call, or the best design that I could trust other than the regular traditional freelance skates, which used to have this S kind of shape for holding the wheels, for which you can use the skate tool to remove them. You could see here this has some hex opening, so you need this Allen or X key to open these axle nuts. Okay, so that's the idea. And with this bracket, it kind of bears a lot of load actually. I might have said that before. So that's what we're going to do. And grip tapes have come off a little bit. I'm not going to change the grip tape this time. Okay, and we're going to need a couple of more things. First is, what do you call this? Spirit company perfume grade denatured ethanol. Okay, this is the same ethanol which I showed you guys few days before for making DIY hand sanitizer, alcohol based hand sanitizer. And what next we'll need a small vessel where you can pour this and clean the bearings. Okay, these are the missing out things which I did not place it because I just want to show it to you guys. So these are the required items for completely overhauling your freelance skates. Now let's go and do it. Peace. So between each video, I took the liberty to fill in the ethanol into this small container. By the way, this is nothing but a pickle container which I used to buy. Mambala Mayer's manga pickle, manga tokku actually. So I've taken about this much of ethanol in this. So why am I showing this right now on a separate video? Because we as a consumer, people who would like to freelance skate and stuff, would like to, when we start with our freelance skate practice or into the freelance skate stuff, we will kind of taken by the merchandise that it introduces to you, because being an Indian or people like us, we kind of find certain things to be a little expensive. We have discussed this before in one of our videos wherein we'll see the one of the very good manufacturers for cleaning equipment, Bones, they have the complete merchandise for this. They'll have a cleaning bottle wherein it'll have a screw with all the spaces in it where you can put all the bearings and clean them with the required spirit, and you have a bearing remover and stuff, we saw all that in previous videos. Right now what we are going to do is we're going to use all the available tools that we have with us and try to use them and clean it. And these merchandises are not bad actually. They are here to help us. They are not some crackhead to design them, and make it available for us or make it that much expensive actually, because they have some purpose. I'll explain through while I'm doing all these things. But please don't be afraid when you happen to, out of your savings in the piggy bank, you bought your freelance kits. Now you are getting introduced to something else where you have to buy bearings or cleaning kits and other stuff, that's going to cost you more. So don't be taken back by that and stop skating on stuff. This is for the people who are not able to afford and stuff. You can always find alternative solutions to clean your freelance skates or maintain your freelance skates. So this industry is very open to that. They are not so strict and stuff, and this freelance skate doesn't have any bushings, so you have an added advantage as well. So that's the thing that I want to say, don't be scared of these merchandise. You don't have to worry, you don't have to buy all the branded stuff all the time. You can find all alternative stuff like this. This one is ethanol. You can use acetone, you can use isopropyl alcohol, or the white petrol that you will get to clean your heads in the cassette players, in old times, that, and or you can even use your old petrol of your two-wheeler or four-wheeler, whatever you have, old petrol or the kerosene. Old petrol and kerosene, by the way, they are very hard, and they are used for cleaning very sticky lubricants. By the way, the ones that we are going to use here is, see, I forgot about that. Here, forgive me, I went off the camera for a second. So this is called Swinger oil. This one is used in sewing machines, the ones you use to stitch and stuff, these are usually mineral oils. By the way, this can cost me 20 Indian rupees, very less in price than the ones that you saw for the bones. Those things cost about 900 or 1000 rupees in India, which makes no sense, because freelance skates itself cost 2000 rupees, which is half the price, just the cleaning oil, maintenance oil. So This is the oil we are going to use today. In our previous videos, we saw me using all coconut oil and other possible solutions. I find this one to be more relevant and useful, so that's why I'm using. And this is available all over Tamil Nadu and all over India for the almost same price that I told you right now. So much cheaper solution. So there is always an alternative solution. That's what I want to convey here. So you can use ethanol, acetone, kerosene, old petrol, white petrol of such sort. When you're using hard spirit, make sure that you're cleaning your bearings for a very short interval. Don't soak it for a long time. This ethanol is denatured and perfume graded, so this is very mild. I can use it in substitute of bones cleaning liquid, which is also mild, by the way. So always find your alternative solution that will help you. So that's about it. That's all. We gathered everything that is required for completely overhauling this Freeline skates. Now let's go and do it. Peace. So guys, I'm going to keep everything aside and making way for the Freeline skates to be clearly visible on the screen. Okay, so I'm recording this on my Xiaomi Poco F1 mobile phone. So and let me also warn you guys about the lively environment we are in. Bear with any environmental noise if it is going to pop up in the middle of the video. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to remove or dismantle the wheels. Okay, so first thing first, I'm going with the right hand side skate, which is marked over here. Okay, so first thing is you place it here safely like this and take your Allen keys, both the ones. You hold one side, you put that in, lock it like this, and use the other one to unscrew it. So same rules here, lefty loosey, righty tighty. So I'm just loosening the axle nut here so that I can remove the axle freely out of this system. Sorry, this hex key came off. So everything is loose right now. So I'm removing the axle nut. So this is the axle nut that you will find in this. So it's shallow or hollow, whatever you want to call it. It's with an hexagonal head. Okay, this is the axle. I'm placing it here, and this is the axle nut that you will find. Okay, this is the axle nut with the hexagonal head. Okay, I'm placing it here, and there are a couple of spacers. These are 8 mm spacers, and it is there on each side of the wheel. Okay, I'm placing it aside, these spacers as well, and here is the wheel itself. And from the design and the contact patch, the lip profile, hope you guys remember all these things. And the type of core that it has is the center core. This is the center core wheel, so that it remains in the center of the Freeline skates. That's how we ride it, right? It doesn't sit on the sides, so it sits in the center. So this is a center core wheel. Okay, and this wheel has couple of bearings on each sides, couple of bearings in total, which is placed on each side, and you have one more spacer inside this wheel. So how to remove that bearing? So they are not idiots to design a bearing remover. Okay, the idea of bearing remover is not to damage the inner walls of this bearing. Okay, if you're going to damage that, your ride with this Freeline skate is going to be very rough. If you're going to damage the inner walls of this bearings, that's why they have designed it, so that it goes inside and removes the bearing safely. As I find these bearings and the metal that it is made out of is really strong, and it doesn't get easily damaged, so I have figured out a way to remove it with the Allen key itself. Being this is plastic, the core, so the side walls, it's easy for us to flex the walls and take the bearings out easily. So like this. Okay, this is how you take a bearing out. So this is 608Z, metal shields on each side. Okay, these are 8 mm bearings, and this is the spacer that is inside the wheel. Okay, so you have 3 spacers per unit, per wheel. Okay, and now we're going to take this one also outside. You can use the angle or just use the sides to pull the bearings out. Be gentle. You don't have to show your masculinity here. All you have to do is slightly pull this out and it will come off easily. Okay, it stays there by friction. Okay, that's how the wheel looks. These are center core wheels, and I'm going to place my wheel here. Okay, hope you guys understood how it works. Okay, the problem with the traditional design is like traditional design holds the wheels like this. You know, you see this S pattern here. So one wheel here and another wheel here. That's how it holds. And that entire design is welded or molded into this deck, the aluminum deck itself. The problem with that design is like being a big size rider, you know, when I want to, you know, do some trick or jump on it, hop on it every time, there are chances like I could, you know, bend them since they are molded into the deck itself like this. You know, there are chances like I might bend them and the wheels might touch the inner walls of this deck. So that's why I did not buy the traditional design. I was scared. It was designed to take like almost 6,000 to 8,000 pounds in weight, but I was still scared because like I am a big size rider. Okay, so with this plate design or the bracket design, if you're going to damage any of this, all you have to do is like remove this nuts and replace the bracket either side. Which one gets damaged, you can replace the bracket. It's also available online. I saw it in Amazon as well, so you can replace this bracket. So this design is very versatile. That's why I chose this one. Okay, so now that you have completely seen a slow, clean, neat procedure of using your hex key or your Allen key, couple of them, which also comes with the Freeline skates, you know, and you saw how to remove a wheel. So it has an axle, it has an axle nut, it has a couple of bearings, 3 spacers, 8 mm, one inside the wheel which looks a little smaller, and 2 spacers on either side of the wheel of the axle nut, and that's how you remove your wheel. So now I've got 3 more wheels to be removed like this. I'm going to go for a few minutes and I'm going to remove all the wheels and get back to you guys. Okay, peace out. So hope you guys can see it. I have dismantled the entire Freeline skates, the pair. So we've got all the 4 axle nuts and 12 spacers, 4 smaller ones which goes inside the wheel and 8 bigger ones which goes on either side of the wheel. And this is the wheel itself, couple of axles, hex keys which we use to remove it. We have the 8 bearings here and the skate deck itself with the brackets. Okay, the first step for overhauling your Freeline skates is that you need to dust it off first. Okay, you just have to go use a dry cloth, probably some dry cloth, and start dusting it off before you wipe it with a soap water cloth. It's important for you to remove the dust which is already there sticking to your plate. Okay, like this. So I'm going to go ahead and dust it off for every single part here like this, which is part of the dry cleaning. So you might have to wipe all the dust first and then I'll tell you what to do. Okay? Peace.